Kitco News special coverage of the Gold Forum Americas is brought to you by New Pacific Metals and Silver Core Metals.
Avino Silver and Gold Mines has over 50 years experience working in Mexico and is on track to produce over 2 million gold equivalent ounces in 2022. David Wolfin is President and CEO. David, welcome to Kitco.
Thank you.
We're here at Gold Forum Americas. Maybe you could fill us in on what Avino is up to.
Sure. We just announced our 5-year goal to be an intermediate producer. We closed on the acquisition of Preciosa from Coeur in March. And so now we're putting together this transformational growth projection for us to go up between 8 and 10 million ounces per year in 5 years.
Now, we were just talking about that. You're all set to do 2 million gold equivalent ounces, but you're looking at a big jump to 3 million in the subsequent year.
Yeah. And that just comes with feeding our mill with more material. So we've got a 2,500 ton per day plant there. And we've got 3 assets in total. So we've got the Avino Mine, we've got Preciosa, which is right beside us, and then we've got the oxide tailings resource. Those 3 assets within 5 years will produce 8 to 10 million ounces of silver equivalent.
Take us to steps, Preciosa. What do you have to do to kind of get the output going up?
We're doing community engagement right now with the local townspeople and educating them on what our plans are. We're not planning to do much surface works, just put in a portal in the decline and truck the ore to our site. We're going to start mining on Gloria vein. There's 1 million tons there. We're going to ramp over to Abundancia and then to Martha. So ultimately, we want to pull 1,500 tons per day out of there in the next 5 years. We'll have enough development to be able to do that.
What's stakeholder relationships like? That's what you're engaging in right now.
Very good. We've been there for 50 years. And so at Avino, it's very strong. We have many generations of people that work for us, low labor turnover. I worked in the mine as a teenager. My father founded the company. And so I know the people well. They're very, very nice people there.
Talk about the country at large. What's it like working in Mexico?
Well, we're fine. I know there's been some publicity about the left-wing government, but we fly under the radar. We produce concentrate. We don't produce silver bars on site, so it's in a safe jurisdiction. And Mexico's pro-mining and pro-jobs, so we're thrilled to be there.
Yeah, you have a long history of working in the country right now as well too. So, there's a lot of people that are coming into the space, or there's a lot of people that are coming into Mexico right now. What is the advice that you give to people that are coming into there?
You have to be patient.
Yeah.
When I was appointed president, Avino Canada only owned 49%. Because when my father negotiated the deal, there was no NAFTA in the 70s.
Yeah.
And so when he turned over the reins, he told me to be patient because they move in glacial speed. It took 3 years to negotiate to buy out the other half of the mine. And then we haven't looked back. We're doing great. We've got 100% Mexican labor force, so that's key too, because you're not bringing in foreigners that could upset morale. Right up to our chief operating officer, who's a graduate of Colorado School of Mines, and he's worked for big Mexican companies. And so we got a good quality team down there.
Now, the Preciosa was a $50 million transaction, and you're building it up right now as well too. So how is the financing right now in terms of...
We don't need any financing.
Yeah.
So we're self-financing. We're generating free cash flow from Avino right now. Last quarter, 1.2 million, 4.1 million in EBITDA. Our all-in sustaining costs are just under 16, but our cash cost is $10. So we've got like 40% margin. And we expect those costs to drop over the next 5 years as we grow our operation. We expect our all-in sustaining to drop to around 12.
What is the macro picture right now for silver? How does the supply look, and what do you see as demand for it?
It's hard to know, in the short term, but in the long term, medium term, we expect metal prices to go higher. With the green movement, they need precious metals. The world needs it. And it's not easy to get out of the ground. And so we've got 60 million tons, 300 million ounces of silver equivalent. So we've got decades of mine life. So we'll be reaping the rewards when metal prices go higher, which has to happen because we don't think that supply will keep up with demand.
You have La Preciosa, which you're working on. Is there any exploration or greenfields that you have?
We've got 3 drills turning. We're drilling from surface below our mine. We intersected 41 meters at 206 grams of silver equivalent, and our cut-off grade 60. So it's all ore, and this is 300 meters below level 17, which is the bottom of the mine. So we've extended it. So potentially we're adding millions of tons, but we've got to drill it, and we've got 3 drills turning there now.
David, lastly, milestones over the next 12 months.
Drill results, local community agreements at La Preciosa. We're going to start production there, or drawing ore. There's 50,000 tons of broken ore on the surface. We're going to start hauling that to site and start processing. That will pay for the portal. So a lot of exciting things and transformational growth. I mean, and we control it. It's not through M&A. It's through time and money of developing these assets.
David, thanks for speaking with Kitco.
Thank you very much.
My name is Michael McRae here at Gold Forum Americas with Kitco Mining.
Kitco News special coverage of the Gold Forum Americas is brought to you by new Pacific Metals and Silver Core Metals.